Right, we're going to look at finishing off the simultaneous linear equations, the one last time. If you remember, I was doing one and was doing it quickly. It was this one, okay? Just let me check, I've got it on color. Remember, I had 3x plus 2y equal 22. And 10x plus 2y equals 36, okay? And I said in this one, normally we would have said, okay, we would have gotten rid of y. Why? Because we would have said they're the same. So if either of the variables in equation 1 or equation 2 are the same, we don't have to manipulate. We can slide them under each other, and we can just then say to ourselves, do I need to add or subtract? And please, a lot of students do make errors in just that judgment. Just check it. You can check it very quickly. You know, if it's 2 minus minus 2, then it means it's going to be a plus. So it's, in other words, it means you'd add them. Okay? So just check what your operator is. Are you going to plus or minus? Okay? Now in this case, I'm going to use the opposite. Okay? I'm going to say we want to get rid of x. So this side I've got 3x and that side we've got 10x. What do? Well, I've got to get them to be the same. So therefore, I must multiply here by 10. So I would say 10 over 1 times 3x plus 2y times 10 over 1 must be equal to, that one is 220. Right? This is then going to be 30x plus 20y equal to 220. Okay? I think in the last one I think I pushed the wrong button on my calculator. But let's have a look. Now on this side is equation side 1 and equation 2 side. So what do we do here? We now say, okay, this one is the 10. I'm going to multiply by 3, which leaves me with 30x plus 6y, okay, equal to 108. This is number 1. This is number 2. I have manipulated it. Now I can slide them under each other, and I can say 30x, remember this one goes underneath, plus 6y equals 108. And I draw a line, and then I say, what am I going to do with these? Well, in this case, I'm going to subtract the x's. So I'm going to say equation 1 minus equation 2. And the x goes, and I end up with 14y equal to 220 minus 108, 112. Therefore, y is going to be equal to 8. How do I find x? Back substitute, right? Therefore, I say, but now, choose the easiest one. I chose here 3x plus 2y, y equals 8. I chose 3x plus 2 times 8 equals 22. So I went and I back substituted it here into equation. Could I have done it in equation 2? Of course, yes. Doesn't matter. You can choose any of the equations to put it into. It makes no difference. All right? So therefore, we've got that. Therefore, 3x is going to equal to 22 minus 16, which is going to be equal to 6. Therefore, x is equal to 2. My coordinates are thus 2 and 8. Essentially, if you just think about it, and we'll see it in the chapter when we deal with functions, but that is where those two straight lines actually cut, is at point 2 and 8. So it's the intersection of graphs as well that we are doing at the same time, all right? Which we have spoken about before. Right, now what happens if let's put in a fraction, shall we? Let's say we've got this. X over 2 plus y over 3 equal to 10. And they say x is equal to 16 minus y over 2. All right? Okay, what are we going to do here now? All right? We are going to move, put them into the same form. X over 2 plus y over 3 equal to 10. X plus y over 2 is equal to 16, right? I've just taken that to the other side, okay? Now I say, right, decide. First of all, we want to remove the fractions. Standard form's done. Step 2, remove the fractions, right? Before we decide on the variable, let's get rid of the fraction. What is the fraction going to be? Well, we're going to multiply through by the LCD. And what is the LCD here? It's going to be 6, isn't it? So I go to each one, okay? Well, first of all, let's say we go to this side, right? Let's go to equation 1. Look at the LCD and multiply through by 6. So therefore, if I do this, I say 6 over 1 times 6 over 1 times 6 over 1. Please put that in. Because, like I've said, the biggest errors are people forget to multiply everything by 6. And then look at cross-cancelling. We end up with 3x plus 2y equal to 60. Let's go back to my conventional color. Let's look at this side. Oh, over here, I just need to multiply through by 2. So therefore, I can times by 2. So I say 2 over 1 times 2 over 1 times 2 over 1, which is going to be equal to 2x plus y equal to 32. Right? Therefore, we've got that. Now, choose which one you want to get rid of. You can choose x or y. I know I've said it before. It's your choice. Choosing the easier one allows you to do it quicker. So here, if I just say, hang on, the 3 and the 2 means I've got to multiply this side equation 1 by a 2 and equation 2 by a 3 to make the x's 6. But what if I just take this one and I times by 2, I get 4x plus 2y equals 64. Therefore, I now choose y. Slide it underneath. 4x plus 2y equals 64. Right? What am I going to do? This is equation 1 now. This is equation 2, right? I'm going to take equation 1 and subtract. I almost said divide. Subtract equation 2, right? That gets rid of the y. 2 minus plus 2. That is x equal to minus 4. Okay? Right. Oh, sorry, minus x equals minus 4. My bad. 3 minus 4 is minus. Therefore, x is equal to 4. Right? What do I do next? I back substitute. Back sub. Right? What do I say? Which one do I pick? I can pick any equation. I chose 2x plus y equals 32. That one. 2x plus y, can you see? I chose this. 2x plus y equals 32. Why? It's the one without fractions. I don't want fractions, right? So I say 2 times 4 plus y equals 32. And we solve for y. 8 goes the other way. Y is equal to 24. Therefore, coordinates are 4 and 24. Why? Because they are x's and y's. Okay. That's what we do with those. So we've got the fractions, okay? Now, here's one where they've mixed them up completely, all right? Quite a tough one, in fact, okay? Let's have a look how to do it. Let's put it onto a new page, shall we? Get you on there. Let's just start it off by saying they've got x plus y, okay, over 3, all right? X plus 4 over 3. X plus 4 over 3, okay, equal to 2y minus 8. Okay? All right, so that's cool. Then, okay, we look at the other one. The other one looks like this. X plus y over 2, wow. Over 2 minus x minus y over 3 equals 2. Now that looks pretty complicated, doesn't it? Okay? It is. All right. But let us follow the steps. First of all, let's just deal with each one in turn. X plus 4 over 3 equal to 2y minus 8. Okay, what does step 1 say? Step 1 always says, what must I do? I must rearrange this to get it into some kind of standard form where I've got something x plus or minus something y equals a number, right? In other words, I need the y on the other side. You can choose here to take the y over first if you like, or you can choose to get rid of the fraction first. So let's say step 1. Let's remove the fraction here. Remove the fraction, okay? How do I do it? We times by LCD. That's what we do. So what do? We say, right, what's the LCD for this one? Remember, I'm just dealing with this one first. Because these ones are quite complicated, okay? I'm taking it step at a time. So this one will be a big mark question. So I'm taking it step at a time to make sure that I follow the steps for each one independently or individually. Let's get rid of this. So what am I going to do? Okay, yep, we're going to multiply through by 3, and here? Yes, by 3 over 1. We could have multiplied that and that by 3. I'm just putting it in a bracket over there. So what do we get? We get x plus 4 equals, multiplying that out, 6y minus 24. Okay, like so. Now then, I've got to rearrange. Can you see? Step 2, arrange correctly. Okay, in standard form. Right, standard form, I'm going to take this to the other side. It's going to have x minus 6y, and that's going to go to minus 28 on that side. Okay, right, now that looks better. Let us now go back and say, let's look at the other guy, the x plus y over 2. Let's look at this. So we've got our equation 1 now. Now we're looking at the other one. We're saying x plus y over 2 minus x minus y over 3, okay, equals 2. All right? Okie dokes. So what do we say? Okay. We've got to get rid of the fraction. So times by LCD. Right. What is the LCD of this one? The LCD of this one is 6. So it's 6 over 1 times 6 over 1 times 6 over 1. I've covered all my bases. Let me look and cross cancel. 2, 3, 3, 2. Okay? Okie dokes. Let's see what happens. Now I can say that's 3 times x plus y minus 2 times x minus y, all right, is equal to 12. Okay? Simplifying this, 3x plus 3y minus 2x plus 2y is equal to 12. Now let's group like terms. 3x minus 2x is x plus 5y equals 12. Okay? Now let's go back and find what was, this is now our equation 2, isn't it? And equation 1 was x minus 6y equals minus 28. This is my equation 1. So I'm choosing x. So I slide them underneath each other. All right. Okay, now what do I do? Now I check, if you like. This is equation 1 and 2. Okay. Can you see it doesn't matter which way you write that? Okay. This case, I'm going to do equation 2 minus equation 1. That minus that gives me 11y equals 28 plus 12, which is going to be 40. Therefore, y is equal to 40 divided by 11. All right? And you'll go and you'll work out, substitute for x. Okay? Whichever one you like to find x, for x. Okay? I'm not going to bother doing that. It's a complete... really, just a long load of fractions. Right, let's have a look at another one. Here they've changed it a bit, and they've given us two equations that look like this. Oops, sorry. 2 divided by x plus 1 divided by y is equal to 5. And here's the other one. 1 over x plus 3 over y equals 5. All right. Now we say, right, what are we going to do with this? Well, hold on. We don't want to multiply through by the LCD, which is xy. Okay. First of all, we're going to say, okay, can I manipulate equation number? Let's leave that as 1. Let's look at equation 2 here. What can I do to this? I can multiply it by 2 because that will make that equal, or multiply it by 3. If I multiply it by, I can multiply that by 3 to get 3 over y. So let me multiply this by 2. What happens now? Let's go and put in our multiplier. 2 over 1, 2 over 1, 2 over 1. Right? You'll see now, 2, what do I do when I multiply fractions? Multiply the numerator and multiply the denominator, right? That's a critical portion here, a critical thing that you remember. That is going to be 2 over x plus 6 over y equals 10. Now can you see something? Look here. That is 2 over x and 2 over x. It's the same. So what can we do? We can then say can you see? We can slide them under and then take equation 1 and subtract equation 2. When I've got equation 1 and I'm subtracting equation 2, where does that leave me? Well, it leaves me over here now. All right? I say 2 over x minus 2 over x. What is 2 over x minus 2 over x? We say, oh, okay. Nobody likes fractions. Lowest common denominator is x. That's going to be 2 times 1 minus 2 times 1, which is 0 over x. Therefore, the answer is 0. Obviously, it's the same as 1 minus 1, 2 minus 2. It just happens to be a fraction. It could be if x is 4, it's going to be a half minus a half, right? So we subtract them. So what is 1 over y minus 6 over y? Okay. Let's just take it easy and we say this is then, that's a 0 over here, is 1 over y minus 6 over y is equal to 5 minus 10 is minus 5. Okay? I know my numbers are not always great. Right? I've just subtracted them. I haven't tried to be particularly smart and go and do it in my head. You could, a lot of you obviously, straightforward to do. But for those who want to take it a little slower, not exactly overconfident with the process, let's see, what do we get now, right? Well, what do we get? We get 1 over y. How do we do this? We've got an LCD of y. That's 1 times, y goes in there once, right? Minus 6, you bring down the numerator, y goes in there once, equals minus 5. Therefore, we end up with, on top, 1 minus 6 over y equal to minus 5. Correct? Okay, 1 minus 6 over 5. Let me just bring this down a little bit. Okay, can you see that? Now how do I simplify? Well, that is 1 minus 6 is minus 5 over y equals minus 5. How do we solve that? Well, it's a straightforward equation, isn't it? Times by y. Remember? Times by y over 1. Doesn't matter what is in the denominator. To get rid of it, times everything by that. So it will cross cancel, and there you have it. Okay, take out my cancelling pins there, and there we go. So we end up with this. Minus 5 equals minus 5y. Therefore, y equals 1. Now, how do I find x? Okay, I back substitute. Okay, back sub. Okay, pick whichever one you like. I just said this is 2 over x, okay, plus 1 over y equal to 5. So 2 over x plus 1 over 1 equals 5. 2 over x is equal to, or rather plus 1 is equal to 5. Okay, and now what have we got left? What have we got left here is 2 over x equals 4. Therefore, multiply by x. Right? So, cancels 2 equals 4x. Therefore, x is equal to a half. So my coordinates are a half and 1. All right? Okay. Fairly straightforward in effect, aren't they? To do. Those are the more complicated ones, but can you see the recipe? First of all, you write them down there and there. One over here and one over here, right? Then we say, right, check. Which one of you want to eliminate, right? You want to eliminate the x or the y. You manipulate the other one until the x is the same or the y is the same. Then slide them under and then subtract or add them to get rid of that, okay? The other form of this, okay, I have focused mainly on elimination. The other form of doing these is by substitution, okay? Let us say that we've got an equation x plus, no, let's go back to, let us take our, the one we had a little while back, okay? All right, let us take the one over here, yes. 3x plus 2y equals 22, and 10x plus 2y equals 36, okay? We're going to do this by substitution. What is substitution? Substitution, basically, once again, you're going to choose a variable and you manipulate the equation, right? Let us say we are going to substitute for y. What does that mean? I need to pick an equation here and I say, right, therefore, 2y is going to be 22 minus 3x. Therefore, y is going to be 22 minus 3x divided by 2, which is going to be 11 minus 3 over 2x. Can you see what I've done? You have taken equation number 1, manipulated it all the way until you've made y the subject. You could have chosen x. Doesn't make any difference which one you choose, okay? The difference comes in is when it's fractions and things, it can get a little complicated. So now what do? Oh, well, y is equal to 11 minus 3 over 2. So I can go back to my original, my equation number 2. Remember, this is number 2, right? What do? I now take this one and I substitute into the other equation. I am substituting it into the other equation. So I pick one equation, equation 1 or equation 2, and I make either x or y the subject of the formula, and then I substitute that into the other one, which means I have got here 10x plus 2, and here's my substitution. Okay? Y is actually 11 minus 3 over 2x. Right? Equals, can you see what I've done? I've substituted for y there, right? 10x plus 2 y I've worked out as being that one, right? So now we've got our equation, and you can see what we've got is we've got here 10x plus, let's multiply it out, 22 minus 3x equals 36. All right, so we're going to have, let's see, this is going to be over here, 10x minus 3x is 7x is equal to 36 is 14, therefore x is equal to 2. To find y, back subs into any one of those like we did before, right? That's what we would do. Straightforward. This substitution method is very useful in equations we're going to do later on, right? Now, when you're doing a substitution, pick the equation that try and keep away from fractions, okay? It's not always possible, but for example, if you had something like this, okay, let us say we had our equations of 3x plus 2y equals 22, and they said the other one, 10x plus y 2y equals 36. Look what happens if I make y the subject here. 2y is equal to 36 minus 10x. Therefore, y is equal to 18 minus 5x. Can you see? No fractions. So we try and keep away from fractions if we can. If you can't, just take it step by step. Don't try and do everything at once. It's not going to work. Okay? It doesn't work for any of us. Just take it step by step and just keep going until you've got your finals. It's not going to be a difficult. They are long, they are tedious, but what do? You just got to keep going with it. You've chosen that one, so just keep going with that one. Okay, the next session we're going to be looking at, we're going to be starting, I'm going to start with inequalities, all right? Because we're heading towards functions, a bit of trig and then functions, but inequalities is the next section, right? Do you remember that from grade, wow, I think you started them in grade 8, some of them, and definitely in grade 9 there was a few. But we're going to be doing graphs of inequalities. We're going to be solving equations with inequalities built into them, okay? And once again, in the whole exam and the test prep, we've got more of these simultaneous equations that we work out together. Okay, you'll print them out, and then we'll go through them together. Okay, I'll see you in the next session. I hope that finalized that one. And once again, sorry I had to redo it, but that's what happens sometimes. Happens to the best of us. Cheers, have a good one, and see you in the next session. Bye.